Greetings, community. It's Kevin of NCBD Comics, and I'm here to bring you another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, 3/6/2024. And here we are once again and once more. This is how it's been working out. We've been getting some steady books here and there, and all the reads, in my opinion, and which that I've been listening, have been rather solid. I've been enjoying everything I've been reading. I really have. Luckily, I've been able to thin out a lot of the fat, getting the right marbling, and it's just been working out nice. You know what I'm saying? My reads have been really rather delectable. However, before I get into the whole list that I have, which is kind of accruing, as I may mention before, this as we get through the year, this list is gonna grow. I've been seeing a lot of books coming out, so I'm just saying, and actually all those portfolios right there, that's all my reads. I'm behind. But that's not stopping me from picking up books tomorrow. Why? Because I'm just dying to get into these. I know there's some great reads out there. There's been things I've been anticipating for months. I know I'm babbling, and I want to get to the chat right now. So, hey, started off with Mad Mike, dude. I can't believe it. You beat out, not only chill out, which, dude, appreciate you being here, but Las Cruces, which, man, you my maid, dude. Appreciate you being here. You're like a core dude to this whole, especially like one of my co-hosts to one of the shows that I do. You know what I mean? You know, like how random is that? You're like always there. You're always giving me the. Appreciate you being here. Again, rambling. I had a good day. What can I say? Dude. To God. Dude, Pedro, appreciate you. Mike, again, you're solid as always. Guys, and Raging, dude, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Ready to get into this? Seriously, there's some good books here. And to start it off, let's start off right. First book I'm going to talk about comes out of Image Comics, and it's called The Last Mermaid. This is a book that I've been anticipating for quite a long time, and it is a quick little summary to give to you. First, let's start off by thinking about something like as cute as Kanto, is heartwarming as like Wind, and what's that other one from Scotty Young? Anyways, it's a really it fills the heart, and it's one, as you well know, I really like a good heart story, you know, love story, all that, and the art inside of it is also beautiful as well. The story is very well written, and yes, to give a little summary, it's kind of like this mermaid is like hopping from little, it's almost post-apocalyptic, puddles of water to puddles of water just to maintain existence, and just not be the last mermaid that's no longer the last mermaid. It's really a heartwarming story, and it seems like it's tugging on the heartstrings right when you open the page. The pastel colors and the beauty of the artwork will just suck you right in, and it seems very, very atmospheric and engulfing. So I highly recommend this. And issue 2, the cover A, it's 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 an accidental, but it's one of those creatures, in my opinion. It's just like a cute dragon. So again, right from cover A of issue number 1, cover A of issue number 2, the summary of issue number 1, I already pre-bought the whole thing. I'm just saying. Last Mermaid, issue number 1, coming out 3/6/2024. Long-winded on that one. Moving out from there, we're going to go to Void Rivals. Now, I was just talking about this yesterday, how Void Rivals, even though it launched the whole Energon universe, it seems like it's an unsung hero in this universe. It started all, and it doesn't seem like it gets the acclaim that it well deserves once Transformers came out, G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander, and all that. So again, getting back to this, especially when 7 is setting up for some of the big ones. 8 and 9 especially, is going to be some of the major reveals that we're seeing of the Transformers that are essentially really involved in this universe, and how it bleeds over into the bigger aspect of what we've been reading with, again, Transformers, Cobra Commander, G.I. Joe. I'm loving this universe. Seriously, this is one of the best things that's coming out in years, as far as with, you know, an Image with a solid universe. Dude, this and Ghost Machine is probably the best thing, in my opinion, that's come out that is a comprehensive and enjoying universe that you can get yourself just wrapped into. Seriously, like a nice warm blanket. Moving up from there, we're going to go over from Image, Void Rivals, coming out tomorrow, issue number 7, starting a whole new arc. We're going to cruise over to Mad Cave Studios. David Pepos is one of my favorite writers, and he's been writing a book that's called Devil Wears My Face. That is one of the most intriguing books and horrific ones that I've had the pleasure to be able to get my hands on. The art is awesome, and it does reflect exactly what David's trying to suck you into the story. And every time you turn a page, your worst nightmare is actually transpiring. The things that are going on in this book is just awesome. Seriously. And is the way, like I said, the reason why he's one of my favorite writers is he writes, it just gets you from the moment that you open the book and you read the first letter and into the first word and into the next sentence or into the sentence, it just does not allow you to go. It seems like a 3-pronged hook that just in the mouth of a bass. It just, anyways. So seriously, Devil Wears My Face, issue number 5, Batcave Studios, David Pepos. Man, this book is awesome. Moving out from there, we're going to talk over some Marvel books, a whole lot of Marvel books. Started off with Doctor Strange, issue number 13. Some weird stuff's going on here, and it's fun. This is kind of taking a trippy turn, really. It started off with issue number 11 when things are kind of finalizing there, and it was kind of a standalone story. And where it's going with 12, which I kind of fed through and not actually read, but where it's going in 13, it's like, wow, this is cool. So again, only because I haven't totally read 12 that I'm kind of losing it on 13, but that doesn't mean it's not one of my most anticipated, as I'm talking about now. So again, Doctor Strange, issue number 13, coming out tomorrow, 3/6/2024. Moving out from there, we're going to talk about Giant Size Spider-Gwen, issue number 1. I think there's a little bit of a story of women of Marvel in this thing, which is kind of cool because I've been digging all those other ones. And I've been meeting a lot of the individuals who've been writing that stuff. Awesome people. So, original story. I like the giant size stuff. It seems to be that some of these writers that tend to do these things kind of get to have a lot of more fun than they normally are restricted in some set art. Giant size, especially when it's a one-shot, allows them to get kind of crazy. Just curious how crazy this one's going to be. The art I've already seen looked kind of cool. Didn't get to see any of the dialogue. Just saying. So, but that's why it's one of my most anticipated reads. Give me that thing. I want to read it. Just saying. So that's why Giant Size Spider-Gwen, issue number 1, coming out tomorrow. It's one of my most anticipated reads. Talking about from the Spider-Gwen, going over to a Ms. Mutant. That's right. Ms. Marvel is now a mutant, and she is now in a mutant. How should I say? Well, it's menagerie. She's having issues, and she's trying to manage her mutant powers, and she's also trying to manage the fact that she is now a true mutant, and now has to actually deal with the fact that there's individuals after her for that very reason. In her other state, kind of almost like inhuman, she didn't have to deal with a lot of the identification of the fact that she was mutant in an area that didn't want to deal with it. Wild. I'm digging the fact that Iman is having so much fun writing that she got to come back to do a volume 2. I'm sorry, Sabir, if you're watching this, and I won't be able to go to your signing event happening tomorrow, working. But I'm totally, I'm going to be able to go. They're pushing work an hour for me. I'm going to be able to go to the comic book shop early and be able to pick it up. So guess what I'm bringing to the work tomorrow on my lunch break? That's right. Nice stack of books. So that's why Ms. Marvel, Mutant, issue number 1, second volume of cool book by Sabir Pirzada and Iman Vellani is coming out tomorrow, 3/6/2024. Moving on from Ms. Marvel, we're going to talk about Century, issue number 4. This little prick is pissing me off, and I'm digging it. The fact that the original Century got ripped apart and his powers got flown around and it landed in some pretty cool people other than one, and this one person is just irking me, and the writer's doing a great job doing it. I'm just saying this has been one of my most fun reads because of the fact that every time I'm opening it, I'm loving to hate this guy, and it's kind of a fun read to do that. I don't normally get to do that to the degree in which that I've been hating this individual. Don't use that word often. So that's what I'm saying. I'm complimenting the writing style of this individual writing Century because of the fact that, damn, you got me. You got me every time I open that book. It pisses me off so much I have to get the next issue. That's just saying. That's why Sentry issue number 4 really high on my list. Last book in the Marvel Universe we're going to talk about is Venom issue number 31. Things are ramping up, and I was talking about this the other day. How it's ramping up is, well, between Carnage, Dylan, Brock playing, in his multiversity places and trying to find himself and these multiple selves and trying to meridian. It's just wild and ramping up like, oh my God. I was just reading an article, and I have been saying this for quite a long time. Carnage is actually the old version of Venom in the sense that he's the most hardcore, most love to hate symbiote because he's just Carnage. It's awesome. So again, that's why Venom is going that direction of what's happening in this summer, where all these people are going to be just having this all-out war, and it's going to be three-way. It's not going to be on one side to the other. It's just going to be wild. I can't wait for this. This comes to just this ball of rad. Venom 31 is starting out this ball of rad. Highly recommend it. It's the end of the Marvel Universe that we're going to discuss for right now. We're going to cruise over to a book, to a publisher, Titan. This close. I'm going to ask this one to be my runner-up. Never done that. So I'm going to do like a blue along with a white type light thing for right now. And the reason why is this. My son and I really, really enjoy this book. Dead by Daylight, issue number 4 of 4, is a book based on the actual video game. And my son played, oh my God, way too much and sucked me into the game because of how the play is. It's really gory. And the story play of the behind the scenes of some of the actual characters that you get to play is pretty gnarly, which leads to this comic book. Dead by Daylight, the art is probably most reflecting the video game, which is really not that great. It's just gritty and gnarly enough and coherent enough to get by in the gameplay. The idea is the suspense and the, just to freak out the fact that these nasty looking things are constantly after you. The book reverses all that, and it shows you the side of these nasty things and how they actually become and why they're becoming and their total motives behind the reasonings and what they're doing. The fact that they rationalize this stuff really and how they do it, that's why, again, the fact that this book is now, I think, 7 weeks from the last time it came out, which puts it a good 3 weeks behind, I think, is why it almost made one of my most, it was just so close to being my most anticipated read. Because it's not just about me. It was about the fact that I get to share this with my son. However, moving out from Titans, remember, Dead by Daylight, issue number 4 of 4. Do recommend it if you are a gamer. Do recommend it if you're in horror gore. Don't ask too much of the art, because then you might be too little turned off. However, moving out from Titan, we're going to talk about, well, our blue light special of the day, of the week. 3/6/2024 is an IDW book. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Last Ronin, Re-Evolution, issue number 1. This carries out from where we kind of left off. We do get to see these turtles mature. We do get to, in a little later down the road, we get to see them really well trained, and we're seeing them test their abilities. We're seeing them essentially on the first mission. What I'm getting at is we got a new gen of turtles. This is what it is. We get to share now a new ongoing series coming out by Aaron. We will still continue with our Saturday morning. And now we have a whole new generation of all new turtles. Just these 4. Don't want to ruin it. I am so beside myself. I want to talk to me about how awesome this is and how I've been looking forward to this. So I'm going to do it with you because you're the other side. And really what this means is one of the number 1 books that came out in the past few years especially for IDW, is now continuing in the same type of theme, heart, that just brings out a whole lot of anticipation in me. Blue Light. I can't wait for this. I'm so looking forward to hoping and seeing that, yes, this is a series come to its beautiful fruition, but more. It doesn't have to end here. I, as a fan of Turtles in all its many ways, I want to see this continue. So yes, I am happy for issue number 1. Yes, I am happy for the miniseries, but I'm more happy about the fact that we have a whole new generation for many more years to come. Hey, I'm just saying. And that's it for me. Entropy. You take care. Stay well.